I'm just going to read 2 poems tonight, and then I'm going to introduce the other readers. This first poem is called On Minimalization and on the more discrete notion of risk. Spent a lot of time in my life thinking about what I should not do. And this is maybe a short list. A short list out of a long list. Do not look at sentences sideways. Do not insert commas where periods are sufficient. Do not elucidate, subjunctive, or retract. Do not nickname. Above all else, do not nickname yourself. Do not abbreviate when what you want is an intimacy. Do not whisper to the sister with whom you share a small bed. Do not share a small bed. Do not sleep deeply enough that you wander from the house. Do not wear a face that says precious. Do not be anti-precious. Be sincere but not overly so. Do not be aggressively sincere. Do not be a girl who plays softball. Do not play softball and do not hang out with other girls. Do not be a girl who curls her eyelashes. Do not love to see how she would look if she were bound. Do not love eyelash curlers. Do not love bondage. Know that other girls can see you. Know that they may be tempted to feel betrayed. Do not be a girl. Do not love the bondage of being a girl. Do not be tempted. Do not feel betrayed. Do not believe in hell more than most things. Do not discover masturbation in the 3rd grade. Do not masturbate. Do not ask God to strike you with diarrhea or stomach pain. Do not believe in alcoholism, vegetarianism, or tongues. Do not cry, nor practice fuck with your mouth. Do not shower in the house alone. Do not shower at night. Do not lock the door, but always close it. Do not yell at anyone who enters, because this may anger them, and they may become suspicious. Do not make a spectacle of your struggling. Do not become suspicious. Do not hide yourself, but do not pick a fight. Interrogate any pleasure relentlessly. Do not participate. You may find casual encounters to be the most obscene. Do not count the telephone poles as you pass them. Do not imagine you are a table saw, and then a wash, and then a crowd. Do not smoke cigarettes at a young age. Do not practice smoking cigarettes at a young age behind a locked door, in the bathroom, at the mirror. Do not fixate orally. Do not remember you have a jealous hole for a mouth. This other poem, I was thinking about this moment. I was young. I was probably like 8 years old, and I remember answering the phone, and that was a big deal because I was like old enough to answer the phone on my own, the phone on the wall, and not the cell phone. And I answered the phone, and this guy said, "What are you wearing?" And I was like, "I don't know, shorts, tennis shoes." And he was like, "Do you have on pantyhose?" And I was like, "No." And so he started to ask me more questions about what I was wearing, and I didn't know what was going on. I was 8 years old, so I just kept answering. And finally my mom comes over to me and she was like, who is that? I was like, I don't know. And she was like, "Give me the damn phone," And so, she was very upset because clearly this guy was way out of line, and was clearly just getting off on this conversation with like an 8-year-old kid, right? And certainly wasn't the first time, but it was definitely a time that stood out to me where I had been duped, and I thought I was somehow responsible for it because I had participated. And so this is from my manuscript called The Littlest Death. The question is, what are stories made of? We are little, we are ticklish, we are pretty. We don't like water, we are deadwood, we are pretty. He said pantyhose, we answered, we are pretty. We are ticklish, we are crying, we are pretty. We are little, we are deadwood, we are tickling. He said little, we are ticklish, we are pretty. We said water, he said pretty, pretty, pretty. He said pretty, 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 little mouth.